travel with 1 dog and 2 cats. And this is how we do it successfully.
Or at least survive. So don't go away. Hello, America.
I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny, and welcome to RV America.
Today, as we told you in our intro, we're going to tell you a little bit about our fur babies and how we successfully travel with them.
Yeah, successfully. Most of the time.
Most of the time. I thought we would start out by introducing you to them. This is Sadie. Sadie is a rescue kitty. All of our babies except for Bella are rescues. Sadie's a Maine Coon cat, and she thinks she's a princess.
She's 3 years old.
3 years old. Alvin, this is Alvin back here. Alvin is a rescue kitty. When we got him, he was big enough that we had to hold him in our hand and bottle feed him. So teeny tiny, so that's why we don't leave them behind when we go. And this, you have met before, is little Bella. And Bella is our totally attached to us when we are attached to her too.
Yes.
Shih Tzu puppy. She is not quite 2 yet, so she still has a lot of puppy in her.
That's right. So we're going to get into in just a minute of telling you how we succeed at traveling with these 3 animals.
So Danny has got back behind the camera because I guess since I wanted all the pets, I'm in charge of the pets, as it normally goes. Although he's a big help with them. I thought I would start out with telling you some of the things that we've done to get ready to take our cats traveling, because you know you have to prepare them as well as prepare yourself, and that's with anything you do. Preparation is key always. Now, some of the things we've done is all 3 of our babies are chipped. Alvin? They're all chipped, which is really important. Also, they all have collars with identifying name tags on them that tell our name and address. Alvin and Sadie's name tags both also say, I'm an inside kitty, so if I'm outside, I'm lost. So that people know they're not supposed to be outside, especially in campgrounds. I think that's important. They also glow in the dark with their name tags, which I think kind of helps a little bit if they were to ever get out in the dark. So far, they've not got out in the dark. Bella is chipped, and with her, because she has a tendency to go outside, and we actually lost her one time in a campground. She ran away from us before I could grab her leash, and it scared me to death.
Chasing a kitty. Chasing
a kitty cat, that's right, because she loves her siblings up here. She wears a whistle tracker, which is handy dandy because it helps it locate her anywhere that we're at. It's a monthly subscription service, but to us it's worth it because it will update every 4 seconds. We can tell it to update every 4 seconds if she were to get away from us where we didn't know where she was at. And so we hope that will help us never to lose her, because she's a sweetheart. So now I'll get into the things that we do in order to help us travel successfully with our kitty cats. As you can see, this is Alvin and Sadie's favorite place to be. They love it up here. They've got windows on each side, and you know how cats love windows and they love looking out windows. So instead of leaving it where they can get their fur and everything all down in my nice cushions here, I keep a sheet over this. And at the end of every trip, or so far we haven't done extended trips, which we will eventually do, I'll pull it off about once a week and change it so that it, take it in and wash it so that it's clean, and it keeps the fur down a little bit in the camper. Helps a lot, because you can pull the corners up and you don't have hair flying everywhere in the camper. With these 2, also, they have their food and water bowl over here, and I got this really nice rubber mat, and it has raised edges on it. So I don't even have to take them down when we go places. We're traveling around and about. I don't have to take the mat down. It can just stay there. This area up here is very much their safe haven. As you can tell, they feel no threats up there. They know Bella can't get up there. And Bella is still very much a puppy, so she has a tendency to chase after them every once in a while. Her and Sadie are really good buds, and they will lay together and lick on each other and everything. Like I said earlier, Alvin's the king, so he doesn't want anything to do with her. So cats need a place where they can feel safe, and this is where they go to that they can feel safe. They don't have any trouble getting up there. Cats are great jumpers, and so they'll just get right here and take one, giant hop, and they're up there. And they can look out the windows, and they actually sit there and watch birds on our last camping trip, and there was a lot of squirrels around, so they were just, Sadie chirps herself when she's chasing a prey, or I guess she thinks she's chasing a prey because she's inside, but they really enjoy being up here and being able to look out the windows and see what's going on. I've done a lot of research, and the reviews are really mixed. Some people say, let your cats roam your camper when you're going down the road, that it's not going to hurt anything and that they'll feel better. Other people say all pets should be in a safe place. They should be belted in and buckled in, which is, you're not going to belt a cat in because that's just not going to work. So we decided on a compromise. This is what we're doing right now. I will say it does give Sadie a little anxiety, so we take frequent stops for them to get out and roam around and just kind of get their land legs back. But this is a cat car seat, believe it or not. Never thought I'd have a cat car seat. But it's a great big tent type thing, and it has lots of vented screen things in it. This actually attaches to the seat belt that's in the bench seat for the table. And then right here's a zip up, and you just put them in there and they can just stay in there, and they're not buckled in. They're still free to roam on the inside of the carrier, but they're safer than they would be if they were out roaming and we had an accident. Now when it comes to the cat litter box, things have to be moved around inside of a camper all the time. Nothing gets to stay permanently except the furniture that's attached. And we find that it works with us great to be able to move things around for the pets as we go. We have places things have to be when we're traveling, and then places they have to be moved to when we stop. But it's okay, it's not that big of a deal. The cat litter box is right here when we're traveling. And I will tell you, it's very important that you scoop your cat litter box very regularly when you're in an RV, because it's a small space, people. So it stays here when we travel. So when we stop somewhere and we're staying overnight, I will move the cat litter box from underneath the table over here. And I put it with the going in hole toward the back so that they have to get their feet on the little grated part and get a little bit of the litter off. Now, so a tip that I've learned that helps with the cat litter is I picked up these just twin sheets, and I put them over the driver's chair and the passenger chair. And what they do is the cats jump out of the cat litter box if they're going one way or the other because of the windows. They will land on the sheets and they will be covered in cat litter, and so then I can just pull the corners of the sheets up and shake them out outside, and there's very little cleanup to do it. The front of the RV is like rubber mats anyways, so there's no carpet for it to get into or anything. It just goes right outside, and I shake it out and fold it up and put it up for next time. So a couple more things you might want to do is you might want to bring a laser pointer so that they can be entertained. There's even space up here for a small scratching post, which will keep the cats. If they have favorite toys, the stick with the feather on the end of it, the little bird or whatever. And open your windows when you leave during the day, because cats love to see out. They love the view. They want to know what's going on outside. Also, I can't stress enough the fact that you have to scoop your poop a lot. So don't let that get overwhelming on you, or you're going to have a bad odor. Our our cats are basically happy if we're with them. So take care of them just like you would at home. Be with them, give them the attention you leave at home. You give them at home, and they'll be happy and they'll be contented. Be sure you bring them out in your RV like before you take your first trip, and do mini trips with them like we said in a previous video. Daniel put the link to that down here somewhere. So giving them a chance to do a small trip before you take them on a large trip will largely increase your chances for success. We haven't had, so far, knock on wood, we haven't had any trouble with our cats traveling. We're very blessed because they're happy cats, and they're happy as long as we're with them. So now let's talk about Bella. Bella has traveled with us a lot more than what the cats have. She is a great traveler. She wants to go with us everywhere we go, and she gets real upset even if we leave the house without her. So when Bella travels with us, what we do is we got her this little car seat right here. It came from off Amazon, and it's great because she has her little harness thing on, and it buckles in, and it's high enough that she can still see out the windows and stuff, but she can also be buckled in and safe. Now, Bella has a tendency to like to ride in my lap, so sometimes she does ride in my lap. I try to hold on to her really good.
They're gonna get you.
So, but she does like, you know, all little dogs. Little dogs are people dogs, I think, a whole lot. With Bella, to me, there's not a lot that you have to have with her. We bring her, this is one of her old beds, and it's here just for her comfort. I'll be honest with you and say she rarely uses it. We catch the cats laying in it more than we do her, but it's here if she wants it, if she wants to lay in it, if we leave her in the camper for a few minutes by herself or something while we go out, which usually she just watches the windows waiting on us to come back. And that brings me to, if we do have to leave her in the camper while we are gone for a couple of hours or something, we have this little dog crate, and we put her in the dog crate. And we do that for her own protection more than anything, because she gets anxiety, and I think she feels better being in there. And we slide it under the table, we pull down the front windows just so it's a little dark, and let her sit in there and take a nap, hopefully, if we're gone for a couple hours. We also, another good thing that we have is we have a lead that we'll put around the picnic table leg, or, you know, sometimes there's a post nearby or a bench or something like that, a tree, and that way she can run all over outside. When we're outside, she can be running around everywhere and enjoying her time outside. She also has a really nifty little dog bed, which is great, and believe it or not, she lays on it all the time. She loves her dog bed. It's red just like our chairs, and she will just lay on it. It's meshed in the center, so it gives her tummy, she's very hot natured, and it gives her tummy a lot of air, so she likes that a lot. Be sure you don't forget any of your pets' food and water. When you bring all their essentials. We have to bring cat food, cat treats, dog food, dog treats. Make sure we have the cat litter aboard before we leave. And Bella uses pee pads. She's very, very pee pad trained. She'll go outside when we're outside, but at nighttime or something, we don't take her outside. We just let her use a pee pad. So we keep her pee pad in here and let her go on it. We keep it out at all times because she's a little dog, and little dogs have very little bladders, as anyone who has a little dog knows. She also has food bowls that I've found are really important, because when you're in an RV, things have a tendency to shift and slide. And so I found this food bowl here, and it has a rubber bottom to it. Therefore, it will not slip or slide or go anywhere, and we don't even have to pick it up or take her food or water or anything out of it when we're going down the road. We can just leave it sit there and it be ready for her next time. Now, Bella really likes to hike and walk with us. She's very social, and so she wants to meet everyone in the campground and does not like being left in the camper at all. We take her on hikes where dogs are allowed. She has a backpack. If you have a small dog and you don't have a backpack, you're missing out. The backpacks are great because she'll just go in there. She'll hike until she gets tired, and when she's tired, which doesn't seem to be very long to me, we'll just plop her in here and she's perfectly fine with riding on either my back or Danny's back, and away we go and finish our hike, and she's not left alone at home. So we thought we would end this episode with a few things on pet safety in your RV. Number one is to have a way for people to reach you in case there's an emergency when you leave your pets behind in your RV. There could be a fire, there could be a weather disaster, you just never know. So you want to be able to be reached if something happens. This is what we've done. This says, in case of emergency, please save our pets. And then we have a dry erase marker, and we will mark if Bella's in here or if Alvin and Sadie are in here, because we take Bella with us a lot, so we've not just filled it in because we never know if we're going to have one or all of them or whatnot. And then down here we have our phone number. And along with this, you need to, when they call you, you need to have some preset way that you know of for them to be able to get into your RV and rescue your pets if they need to.
Mm-hmm. Also, in the emergency side, we're wanting to talk to you about the temperature monitors. We're going to link a couple down below that we like. We're looking into those ourselves, but you know how hot an RV can get. So as we go on longer trips, we're probably going to leave our pets longer inside the RV, so we will need a monitor, and we want to share that information. We'll probably have another video on that subject later on.
Cars or RVs are just like cars, and you know how cars heat up. So if you leave your pet in there for 8 hours and the electricity goes out and there's no air conditioning, it's not going to be a good thing.
That would not be good.
No.
Also, we want to talk to you about in case of a tornado or some kind of weather disaster. Lynn has always said make sure we have the carriers for the pets, and you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. We have, of course, Bella, she would just put her harness on and we would just carry her down there because she's okay to do that with. Alvin and Sadie would not be so much okay to do that with. So what we would do with them is we put them in Bella's crate and take them down there, carry them down there and that, so that they are contained, because when cats get scared they have a tendency to bite or scratch or something, and we wouldn't want them hurting us or anyone else unintentionally. So,
right, and we have a carrier for the cats and the dogs, so if we had to, if it was park regulations to have them both in crates, we'd have a crate for both of those. We want to give this away to our subscribers. So if you are a subscriber, please put a comment down below that you want our in case of emergency, save our pets. And we'll get that out to you as quick as we can.
Yes, speaking of subscribing, be sure you hit the button below and the notification bell.
Yes, and hit that like button if you enjoyed our video.
Wait! I forgot the disclaimer. What we've explained to you here today works for our pets in our rig. Our rig is different than your rig, and our pets are different than your pets. So you need to take them and do what you can if you need any of them and make them work for you in your rig. You're going to have to make some adjustments. We're always making adjustments for our fur babies. And if there's something that you need a particular help with, put it in the comments down below, and we'll be glad to do whatever we can to see if we can help you find a solution to your problem. You know, we love these fur babies, and we want them with us safe and sound. So, God bless and many safe travels.
And we'll see you next time.